Okay, so we have an interesting question here about Alexander Lowen. Dev, have you read Lowen's books, and if so, which are the best? Curious to look into it more. My old therapist hated Lowen. He was a true right guy, so I never looked deeply into it. Also, I don't know who did this website, referring to reichenlowentherapy.org, but you probably do. Interesting piece, rebreathing, says Proteko, is reinforcing holding patterns, but praises the Frolov device, which is something I found very helpful for asthma and belly breathing practice. And a quote, Alexander Lowen died in 2008 at the ripe old age of 97. When I did therapy sessions with him, he was in his 80s and remarkably vibrant. At that time, he was still rigorously doing 300 mattress kicks every morning to clear his holdings and energize his body. Most alive and dynamic being I've ever encountered. Also found this to be an inspiring quote, kind of prompted me to want to learn more. Okay, Alexander Lowen. Well, the trouble is I don't know a great deal about Alexander Lowen. I have read some of his books. I've never been a member of his school. I originally came across bioenergetics from some Brazilian guys who were working in Holland at the time when I was doing a lot of group therapy, and that's where I came across it from. It was a more, I think it's fairly safe to say, it was a more kind of get in your face kind of bioenergetics that I was exposed to early on, and not having so much psychotherapy in it because both Reich and Lowen, used these body-based therapy techniques as an adjunct to psychotherapy, basically, or you could say the other way around also. But I haven't really been exposed to that whole stream, so I don't know. I have to meet people who are really into it, see what their vibrancy level is like. But I agree, that someone who's still really vibrant and getting their stuff together in their 80s, that's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. And I think it's something we can aspire towards. I'm in my 60s, but I aspire to keep going, and I do use the techniques, mostly techniques that I know daily, to move my energy. And you also make a comment about this website. So I think that's Michael Samsel's website. I did an interview of him years and years ago. It's probably on my channel somewhere. I'm not 100% sure about that, but he was a good guy. And he says Buteyko is reinforcing holding patterns, praises. Yeah, I don't know so much about this Frolov device. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't go down this road personally, or I try really not to go down this road of saying this therapy is making it worse or whatever. There are a few therapists around the scene, and I'm not saying that I'm not sure if it was Michael Sampson said this anyway, so it's totally not to do with him. But I don't go down that road myself because I think there are a lot of therapies out there, and we're in this very competitive environment. And I think it's just, I don't know, I think it's incumbent on us to behave responsibly and with respect for other people, and in reality, there's it's like it's mostly how we approach. You get it. Someone attracts you somewhere. As a therapist or talking about therapy or whatever. And you get in through that gateway. You get in through that doorway. Now that may not be where you stay on your whole therapeutic journey, but you come in through a certain gateway. So that's one thing. And the other thing is some therapies are just really useful for certain clients and maybe not for others. I know a guy, haven't seen him for a while because I don't live in the UK anymore. But I mean, Buteyko basically saved his life. It saved his life, and it's maybe for everyone it doesn't. The thing with Buteyko is it is really, really hard to do it properly. You are talking years of training, and you have to be able to get it. It's very similar to what I would call mammalian abdominal belly breathing, which I've made videos about before. You have to get the belly moving independent of the rest of the airway, and that is just super. For a dog, that is super easy. It can just do it. But for a human being, that could be a life's work, literally, of training to get to that point. And so I don't agree with judging other therapies. I don't think I don't think it's respectful. It's not a good way to be, and for sure, I mean, I get in talk to other therapists and get in arguments about stuff sometimes, but I mean, I do try to just hold a center line somewhere. Anything else I haven't covered really? I mean, it is inspiring to see a guy who's still going for it really, in their 80s, and there can be a genetic component to that. You don't know, or it could be that the exercise is just working super well for them. I definitely feel like bio and the Reichian work is good over the longer term. You just get into it and you just keep going with it at a rate that works for you, that you can, effectively integrate it into your lifestyle, for a longer period of time. Because it's also the case with a lot of active people. You start to hit 50, 60, and your body is like, can't really do this anymore, or you start to get injured, cropped, bits of meniscus start to wear down in the knees and the hips and this kind of thing. And the bio can keep you vibrantly alive when, you can't, and, run 10K or go down the gym and bang it. So it's really a good practice to get into. Okay. I won't go on and on. And thank you very much for that question. And I'll speak to you guys later.